So, I suppose one of the questions that people constantly ask is, what sort of business should I be starting in Spain? And there are huge numbers of options here. I mean, any business that they are running back in your own country, you could start in Spain. But some of them make more sense than others, don't they, for foreigners?
Yeah, it all depends on the type of activity you want to do,
Yes.
The budget you have, and how much revenue you expect to have.
And also whether you speak Spanish.
Also,
I mean, there are some businesses that you can run here where it's always helpful to speak Spanish, but it's not absolutely essential. Whereas others, frankly, you'll get nowhere if you don't speak Spanish.
That's correct.
Many people come to Spain and decide they want to open a business, and they've really not got very many special skills. They're not a qualified engineer or a doctor or a nurse or something like that. And so it's probably worth stressing, isn't it, that there are still lots of business opportunities even for people who haven't got any special skills.
Yes, that's correct. It depends on what they want to do, and even if, imagine that they want to do a dentist clinic, but you're not a dentist. If you hire the proper professionals that are going to
run
do that,
the business, but
exactly.
the people who are actually putting their fingers in people's mouths have to have the qualifications.
Exactly.
Now, you've said something just a few minutes ago which I think is really important. You said it 2 times, I think. It all depends on what you want to do, and that's really important, isn't it? You ought to be setting up a business that you will enjoy and that you want to pursue, not one that you're doing reluctantly just because you feel you've got to make some money.
It helps a lot.
Yeah.
It helps a lot.
And you've also mentioned before the fact that you need to think about what your budget is. There are some businesses you can start with very little money.
Correct.
And there are others that require
that you have to make an investment.
Exactly.
Because if you need to buy machinery or equipment, specific equipment, you have to do big investment in principle.
And we'll come a little bit later on to the question of how you finance the investment in a new business, but it isn't easy to get business finance to open a new business in Spain.
It depends on what you bring with you.
Well, precisely.
Financing is always the same. Either if you buy a house or if you set up a business, the banks will want to see that you're going to be able to back up that.
If you put in $1 million, they'll put something in as well.
Exactly.
But if you haven't got 2 halfpennies to your name, they're not going to lend you money to run a new business.
Exactly. And for example, if you set up a new Spanish company, the Spanish company is not going to get a loan in principle.
Because it has no track record.
Exactly. But if you are warrantor of this loan and you can prove enough income, they are more likely to give it to you, of course.
And sometimes my clients have got very angry about this, and I just say to them, look, if you were a bank in your own country and some Spaniard came along who didn't speak your language, had never run a business in the country before, set up a brand new country and he's not putting it in the company and he's not putting any of his own money into it, would you lend them money?
Yeah.
Of course you wouldn't. Just common sense. What sort of businesses have your clients set up? What are the main businesses they set up?
Very different kinds of businesses, because you have to take into account that our clients, as I said, most of them come to live here. They possibly first buy a house here for holiday and then decide that they love the place and they want to live here. So they come with their own professions and their own experiences, and they open the business that they know or that they love. We have clients that have clothes shops, others that have restaurants or snack bars, a bakery, gardeners, builders. We have very, very different sort of businesses for our clients.
And of course, there are some people who open much bigger businesses than that and employ lots and lots of local people.
That's correct.